Forex traders, heartless bastards. Good day, welcome once again to my channel. Is it Batchy Precious? I wanted to ask a question. Are Forex traders heartless bastards? Are they emotionless beings who don't feel? There's this notion about traders that people have online, and that if once you become a trader, you lose emotions, you cannot love, and other things. What is the origin of that? And is it really true? Is that stereotype true of traders? When I started trading in my early days of trading, I began to think of traders that are ahead of me as very wicked people. That we were feeling people that are dead, they don't have emotions. But as I got into trading over time, I began to discover why people felt like that or felt that way about traders. I got to know that it's kind of a coping mechanisms that people who have experienced what it means to be traders develop over time. And I once had that also. You understand? There come a time when you lose so much that you have no choice but to build up a kind of defense mechanism against the pains of losses. And that's what we call feeling unemotional. It doesn't mean you don't have emotions, it doesn't mean you don't feel. But it's just like a defense mechanism that is being built up by the person to be able to assuage the pains you feel from losses. The average human being will literally go crazy when they experience kind of pains that person experience on a daily basis. As a trader, I am accustomed to losses and pain, emotional pain especially, and in fact that's the most difficult kind of pain to endure for any normal human being. But for traders, you have to build up a kind of system within yourself, an emotional structure to be able to assuage pain. And that's what people think is being unemotional, being heartless, being fearless. You understand? Because you know that every time you enter the market, you're literally risky. That there's a very high possibility of you losing. So what it makes traders do is that when you come to that extent of you have lost so much already, you don't fear losses. Not because you don't fear them, but because you attune your emotional environment to be able to accept them as a normal part of life. And this now begin to spill over into other parts of their lives, including their relationships, including the interaction with people. And it feels that they're wicked. They're not wicked. They are all humans who just develop this kind of fortitude or build up these walls around themselves. First, traders are humans. They can love also. You understand? In fact, there was a time when I was so depressed from losses in trading that I felt I wasn't feeling. I felt that I could never feel love. I felt I could never feel happiness or joy ever again in my life. I had to chat up with my mentors and tell them, sir, is it possible that I can never love again? Because the way I'm feeling, it feels like I had left the burial of my grandmother, and I literally could not cry because the tears were not there any longer. The tears were not there. It's not like I didn't feel a loss, I didn't feel the pain of a loss, but the normal reaction wasn't there. Understand? And this is what happens when you repeatedly experience loss. You can see Precious right now. I will lose a trade that cost me money in the market right now, and I'll still be laughing. I've lost amounts of money that will make the average human being go crazy. But I just took it and it's a normal thing. It doesn't mean I'm heartless, you understand? It's just a defense mechanism that I've built up over time to be able to help me to assuage those pains. Because when I started forex trading newly, there was that I took a loss. As the trade hit stop loss, tears dropped out from my eyes. Right now, it's normal because over time I've built up mechanisms that have been able to help me manage how I feel. Understand? Like not risking more than is necessary for every trade, accepting the risk before I enter the trade. I know that this trade can be a loser. Understand? Setting my mindset that this thing can lose or win. If it wins, oh, I'm surprised. Oh, very good to go. But if it doesn't, it's normal. Understand? And that applies to many relationships, many of my life endeavors. Understand? I calculate my risk before entering, and I put my mind on the fact that everything in life is uncertain. There's a possibility for it to fail, even in relationships. There's a possibility that you guys may not end up together. So put your mind there in that you can give it your all, yeah, but you know that this thing is a probability. Because that probabilistic mindset is not normal to the average human being, because the average human being believes in absoluteness, but a trader involves himself and believes in probability. So this is what makes traders different. So I believe I'll be able to cure that stereotype in mind today. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.